I
Tell him the song.
remember.
Tell him the song.
I'm sorry. Feel
Tell him
like
the
making
song.
love.
Lord
If
have
you
mercy.
don't know this
James,
song, you all.
James, we might have been conceived to this song. A lot of people was probably conceived to this song.
Well, hello. Welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. We are your hosts, James
and
Here on the
Stephanie.
Pitchy Podcast, we are passionate about good music and a great vocal. We'll use the vehicle of NBC's The Voice to give you our take and our feedback on each contestant's voice and overall performance. Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we will always keep it 100 with our feedback and critique of each contestant's vocal and overall performance. But what we're never here to do is come for anyone's character or any contestant as a human being. But there are times when we do come off a little pitchy at times, if you know what I mean. But we'll always do our best to speak our truths with love, kindness, and respect. And with that, here we go. First nights of the battles.
Why did I do that? I swear I do that every time, James. I covered my eyes to say the blinds when it's time for battles. It is our favorite. It's our favorite round of the competition, and I can never get it right, y'all. I can never get it right.
Yeah.
It is indeed the battles.
But that's okay.
Yes.
Hey, we'll just
oh Lord.
We can go with that from here on out. Like we say battles and you just do that. Well, just to let you all know that we are real people with real lives. I'm a little my energy may be a little low today. I had a crazy weekend. But I guess the best part of my weekend, without giving too much detail away, is that Stephanie and I don't get to actually hang out that often, other than at church or some type of vocal practice. But we got to hang out a little bit this weekend. Stephanie caught this show that some dude was in. Some
dude.
But it was a lot of fun, and it reminds me of why I have the friends that I do, and my closest friends are my family, and Stephanie is definitely my sister from another mister. And even though her parents are like my parents too, but anyway,
right.
And them kids gonna call me Uncle James, but even though they do have a real uncle, blood uncle. That is definitely their uncle.
Listen, we all family.
We all family. But, Stephanie and I had a great time hanging out this weekend. Something we don't get to do too often, but it was a good time.
Right.
But we got some things to discuss, Stephanie.
We do.
There were some performances tonight that I don't know if I can go into too much detail about because they got me in my romantic feelings a bit, and I'm a married man, so I need to, and you probably know which one I'm talking about. Tonight was interesting. There were some moments tonight, like what? But then there were some magical, truly amazing moments to see.
Let's go.
First of all, they actually, you all introduced the what do they call mega coaches? Mega mentors, thank you. And a few of them I died for a second, but then I got resuscitated and then I came back.
That's right.
But Stephanie, break these mega mentors down, because this was some heavy hitters tonight, y'all. Heavy.
They really were.
The heaviest. Some of them were the heaviest. Really were. Like if we're talking today, right?
Today?
All right. So probably in the fall, right? So if we're talking today,
summer,
yeah. And if we're talking then,
I think summer.
If we're talking then, I mean, some of them were the heaviest of hitters. So
yes,
break it down.
Absolutely. So first for Team Adam, he had Kate Hudson, And let me let y'all know, in case y'all did not know, unless you just are not aware. Kate Hudson can sing,
She
y'all.
get it from her mama. She
can
really does.
sing. She
because
does.
Goldie Hawn was a singer, but she never really did anything with it. A lot of people don't know that about her mom, but Kate Hudson always has been a singer. Always. She always is.
What was the first thing that she sang on, James, that was live? It wasn't, I don't know if it was the Grammys or it was some big show. She's no. It was The Voice.
Yeah.
It was The Voice. And I was like,
but Kate was also Kate was also in the musical movie of 9, where she had like kind of the show-stopping number. I'll send you the video of it.
She was in 9?
Yeah, I'll send you the video of it.
Oh, I know that.
And that's when I knew. And she was also on Glee. She did like
she was on Glee.
Did that vocal battle with Leah Michelle, and she hung with her. Yeah, Kate can sing. Kate's a legit singer, y'all. It's just not a movie star trying to sing. She legitimately is a singer. So don't ever get it twisted. But we got a lot to talk about.
Okay, so well, let's keep on with the mentors. We only got to one. For Team Kelsey, it was Little Big Town.
I mean, one of the biggest country groups of now.
Huge.
I mean, come on.
Huge. For Team Legend, it was Coco Jones, y'all. The R&B queen of right this second.
And I'm
giving some great advice.
I honestly think that she owes kind of her career to Terrell.
Oh yes,
she owes a lot of her career to Terrell, because if you don't know who Terrell is, just YouTube Terrell.
Type in Terrell
show, and it's self-explanatory. If you're a singer, you better know who Terrell is. Right? So anyway.
Real talk. And last but not least, for Team Buble, they had Cynthia Erivo. They had Elphaba, y'all. Elphaba was in the building. Let me have been on that show, James. And I walk up in there and I see Elphaba. I'm like,
I mean, you don't get bigger on Broadway. You don't get bigger in the movies right now. You don't get bigger. I mean, Cynthia Erivo, she is the queen of musical theater.
Cynthia, oh my God, yes.
She is taking the reins, like, and she's handing them over because she's on the backside of her career. She's taking the reins from Audra McDonald, but she's taking it to another level, like, because she is everything.
She's good. Everything. She everything. All right,
we got a lot of things to discuss. So our first pairing was our leak for the week. So Stephanie and I had all weekend to marinate, as we like to say, over this leak. And was it a leak and a half? This is Britton and Darius J singing the perennial favorite, as I like to call it, because it's done so often on the singing competition shows, and that is Creep by Radiohead. When she's running out the door, she's running out, she'll run. When I first heard they were doing Creep, I was like, because Stephanie knows, like, there are only certain versions of this that I like, because it's been done so much on these shows in different incredible versions, but I wasn't ready for this. I said, Stephanie, couldn't have been more opposite and more perfect pairing. And I know that's kind of oxymoronic, but it could, and that's the best way I can describe it. Adam gave the best note. He said, let's strip this down. Let's go acoustic. And it like put a shift in the universe, right? Like shift in the atmosphere, as we say in the church. I said, Darius J, those dramatic looks that he gave. And he just didn't give us drama with his eyes, because he's got such incredibly expressive eyes, but the voice matched the eyes. And you know what, Stephanie? I didn't notice it because I listened to it a few times last week and this weekend. I didn't notice it until today. The incredible sense of pitch that Britton has. Britton like has
the pitch of it all.
It's just perfect notes, a perfect sense of the note comes out of every thing he sings, and it's like a perfect voice. Like, doesn't need to be mixed, doesn't need to be balanced. It's just a perfectly the best of the best way I can think. It's like a perfectly tuned guitar or perfectly tuned piano, right? It's just perfect.
Absolutely.
And Britton snapped. Britton had a snappage, y'all, in the middle with that,
sure did.
with that when he said run, he just opened up, and that just to me totally shifted the entire thing. I said, but and did you hear that run that Darius did as he was crossing Britton in the middle of the song? I said, Darius, shut up. Darius J, shut the front door. Like, really shut up. It was just crazy. And Darius J has this unique ability that a lot of singers don't have, especially that come on this show, of how is it that when you are backing the featured part up of Britton, like Britton was being featured in a certain section, Darius J was backing him up, and he was still standing out. Meaning because he was still doing these crazy things that you, and it's nothing against Britton, but you almost start listening to Britton to say, what is Darius J doing vocally? And that's scary when you, and because he wasn't upstaging him, right? He wasn't trying to take rain on his parade or take his spotlight. No, he just was doing him. And I was just like, what? I kept listening. I said, Darius, he is back there, like, not hollering, singing in the cut, as we like to say. I said, that's crazy. I said, you're still standing out. I said, because I said, that was, and I call it, he was an assassin with his discant. He was doing this discant run, or discanted, I don't know if that's a word, run, but a discant is an accompaniment. It's like an embellished accompaniment. That's what that word means. So that's what Darius J was doing that was so special. I said it's quite amazing. Britton is one of the cleanest singers of this season. Point blank period. You don't get cleaner. You don't get a cleaner vocal than Britton than what Britton brings. You don't get a cleaner vocal. I've heard this song sung so many times on New Singing Competition, but this was a really fresh take of an incredible song. So yeah, it was a draw for me. I'm sorry I'm jumping around a bit, Stephanie, but this one was a true draw for me.
It was magical. Yeah. It was magical. And what I didn't realize until tonight is that I had never watched the YouTube clip. I had only watched the Instagram clip. Okay. So I missed the very beginning of the song until today. And the way Darius started with the eyes and the emotion and this rich, and this rich vocal, I was just like, haunting, captivating. He was giving me CeeLo vibes in the best way, in his tone, of course, in his dress, but in his,
absolutely,
in his, like, the quality of his tone, the vibrato he has, and just presence, the richness.
Yeah,
it's stage all, presence. Look,
it's all very CeeLo.
Yeah. And then Britton comes in, and he's just got vibrato at the end of every line, and I'm like, wait, where you get all that from? Like, it was interesting because Darius and Britton had a lot of the same textural elements of their voices, but just in different tones. So Darius had the richer, deeper tone. Britton had the higher, more tenor tone, but they both had vibrato. They both had these sneaky behind runs that they was just throwing in from everywhere. And I'm just like, oh, wait.
And they were so, like, they weren't in your face, right? They were sneaky, like you said, sneaky. Assassin.
Sneaky. It made you turn your ear and be like, wait, what's happening? Right. What's he doing? What's he doing behind? What, like, behind, like you were talking about? What's Darius doing behind what Britton's doing? What's Britton doing behind what Darius is doing? Like, it was the perfect duet. It was the perfect duet. They, like you started off saying, they are such an unlikely pair, but it was magic. It was magic.
Yeah. It was great. Great. Mm-hmm. All right. So we kind of knew if this was the leak, excuse me, what did we know, Steph? We knew it was going to be a multiple.
We knew wasn't nobody going home. Nobody better have been going home.
They were going to battle. But you know what, Stephanie, yes. I forgot that the originating coach can also resave somebody for their team.
Yes, they each have one save and one steal.
One save and one steal. So yeah, I forgot about that save part. But so it was boom, boom, boom. Well, actually, who got picked, Stephanie?
So Britton was our winner. And then for Darius J, Kelsey hit her button to steal. Buble hit his button to steal. And Adam said, hold on. I'm going to hit my button to save. And so in the end, after everyone gave their spiels, Darius J decided to return to Team Adam.
Very, very, very smart to not. I think it would have been smart. Actually, Darius J's so good. I think he could have gone to any of them. John's the only one I would think he may get lost on. But I think
he wasn't an option.
He wasn't. So, but I think Darius J would have done great with any of them. I'm glad he did go back to Adam because Adam seemed to really, really want to cultivate the talent. But the other two did too. The others, especially Michael. Michael was like the way you dramatize. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but he loved the way he just felt the songs, and it was great stuff. All right, our next one. Now this one was a for me, and I'm going to explain why.
Tell them why, James.
This was Kolby and Pablo. So when it got announced, I got very excited because these two were some of our favorite blinds auditions this season. I never met somebody. But then when John announced Tecanos Rojos, I was like, nope, it ain't going to work. Even before I heard it, I said, this is not going to work. And shockingly, it did not work for Pablo at all for me. I'm kind of upset at the song choice. I was very mad at John. Well, I don't know if no, he did. It's his song. Of course he selected it. But
and you remember the song, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll tell the pitchies in the bonus content why we really, really remember the song.
Yeah.
Not just because we know the song.
Yeah. I don't think, and this is what I wrote you all. I said, I don't think that this song, in my opinion, showcases Pablo in the best light. I'm just not that big a fan of this song, period.
Me neither.
Here's the thing. Kolby can sing the phone book. As far as I'm concerned, he's just got that raspy, gospel-y in his throat, that oil in his throat. And Pablo, ironically, was struggling. I don't get it. There were parts you could really hear Pablo singing, but for the most part, and Pablo singing his face off, but for the most part, I just don't think it was a song that highlighted both of them equally. Because most of the other songs I felt were equally of highlighting. And you know what? You should have quickly saw that this wasn't going to be the best song for Pablo. I felt like Pablo did a disservice. Pablo had one of the strongest blind auditions of the season. Okay?
That's right.
Pablo only had a little chance at the end to give us those little signature lows that he gave in the blinds. Right. I just was mad. I was mad through this entire battle because Kolby was, frankly, in my opinion, like he just kind of took over, and Pablo was just trying to make it through. Even I like the pitter patter part that, the fast singing, talking part that Pablo did. And Pablo, him being of Latin descent, the Spanish was great, but I just don't think that this song was in the best light. I just don't think this song was in the best light for Pablo. And I'm very disappointed because he was one of my favorites. Stephanie?
I was big mad.
Were you?
I was big mad. I was
like me. I was mad.
I was like, John, every time you get a brother and a Hispanic brother on a team together, you ain't got to do this song, brother. There are other songs they can sing, okay? This song is deceivingly difficult for one reason. It's up-tempo. And that makes it really difficult. I felt like both of them were a little bit behind the beat a little bit. It felt like it was lacking a little bit, not in energy, but I was noticing that they weren't staying on beat, on rhythm with what was going on. Because it's an up-tempo song and there's a lot of words to this song as well. Kolby. Okay, like you said, he could sing the phone book. He's just one of them brothers that get up on the stage and, like you say, James, can just do some flat-footed singing.
Angie.
Like, you throw whatever at Kolby, he's just gonna sing it down.
And bring his own style to it. Like, it's like that Jodeci gospel hood, right? It's crazy.
He gonna bring the oil. Yeah, he gonna bring the rasp. He's gonna bring the grit. He's gonna bring the R&B deliciousness. Like, he seemed more comfortable on the stage than what Pablo did. I feel like, and based on Pablo's audition song, his blind audition, I feel like he's more of a mid-tempo, more slow ballady kind of singer, like emotional singer. So once I heard the song title, I was like, I don't know. No bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno. No bueno. And although I did think that he did really well with the rap talk singing portion of the song, I just felt like stage present wise, especially because I think that he sang it okay. I just felt like stage present wise, he did not seem altogether comfortable, because this is a song where you got to move a little bit. Like, you can't just stand there and sing the song. So there were elements to the full performance that might have made him a little bit uncomfortable. So all around, it was the song choice. I wish they would have sang a different song that really showcased their voices.
I was
and this song ain't do that.
Oh, mad at John. I was like, why? Other than the fact that you don't have to pay royalties because he's on the show, I was like, really? Again? Pablo, we love you, and we think you are just uber talented, and I just think you were dealt a shorthand.
So to make it abundantly clear, Kolby was our winner. And I think that it was so dumb by the editors for them to keep in the part where John says to Kolby, I really love your voice. Well, I wonder why he sounds just like you. Like, he literally sounded just like John Legend singing.
Anyway, let's get to the next one. I don't want to stay angry.
Okay, let's not stay angry. Let's move. Let's push it forward. Our next performance was from Braxton Garcia and Jadyn Cree, and they sang Danny's song by Loggins and Messina.
Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, and everything will bring a chain of love.
And listen, y'all, this was the performance that I did my Watch With Me on. So if you subscribe to our Patreon for $5 per month, you can watch this performance, and watch me recognize that I actually did know this song when I thought that
it's
I
a great song, great classic.
I was like, oh, I do know this.
This is another one where my head was scratched.
Okay.
I don't get it. And You all, I'm
Okay.
not going to be mean, but I am going to be pitchy because there were pitchy issues in this song.
Okay.
Braxton's voice, first of all, is so recordable. It's so distinct. He is one of those voices that the second he opens his mouth, you know who is singing.
1,000%.
I'm going to start with the positive. I love how Jadyn accompanied Braxton in the beginning of the song when they got to the chorus. When she came in, when they got to the chorus. Jadyn seemed a little bit nervous. The pitch, for me, her pitch was all over the place. I struggled with her pitch. I understand she is very stylized in her voice of that Billie Eilish, Dove Cameron, and that's what I really liked about her in her blinds. But this did not work for me. This did not work at all for me. One thing I do like about Jadyn is she has a very youthful sound. It is a very bright, hopeful sound that I hear in her voice.
Absolutely.
I thought Braxton was just telling the story. With his country leaning voice or country style voice, I just felt like he was telling the story more. It's interesting for me though, when I felt Jadyn was accompanying Braxton with the vocal, like when she was backing him up, her pitch was fine to me. When she sang solo, I struggled. And I did not. And then I wrote, what? I don't get it. And then we can discuss that later. Stephanie?
Okay.
I'm very interested to hear your take.
Yeah, when Braxton started, I was like, oh, you've been here before. Like, this is not your first rodeo on a stage, brother. Like, he sounded like a professional. His voice was just so controlled and grounded. Again, that country leaning that just sounded really delicious. He was telling the story. If I ain't know no better, Braxton wrote this song. Like, that's how it felt to me. That's how it felt. He had some texture with the growl in his voice. It just seemed like he had been performing on stages forever, and he just seemed super, super comfortable. When they harmonized together, it sounded really nice. I was like, oh, that's a beautiful blend together. She is the perfect kind of lighter, sweeter accompaniment to his deeper, richer voice. I was like, oh, I like this. So it's interesting because something that the coach has said is something that I wrote down. Jadyn has this, what I wrote down is like she has this whisper filter over her voice where you can hear like a whispery tone, but it's not quiet.
Right.
There is a little bit of more power behind the vocal. It's a very unique what's the word I'm looking for? It's a very unique tone. It's a very distinct tone. And I can understand, and I as well heard some pitch issues. I felt like all of the ends of her lines did not land. I also feel though, wearing my headphones, it made her sound a little bit, I understood a little bit more. So I'll be interested to listen to the vocal without my headphones because I think that there might be some pitch things that might be missed without having headphones on because her voice is that charactery and that textured, and that might not translate audio wise if you don't have headphones on. But overall, even in the rehearsal, she was definitely nervous, and her having confidence was something that they talked about and that she talked about in the rehearsal. And I think some of those nerves are what we saw on stage. But I felt like when they sang together, it was really, really, really beautiful. Right.
All right. So,
all right.
This one puzzled me a bit, but who was chosen?
So Jadyn was chosen to move forward.
It's not so much that Jadyn was chosen. Well, it is in the sense that Braxton wasn't.
Right. If it was going to be a one or the other for this particular performance.
I think Braxton shouldn't have been let go. I don't think he should have been let go, in my opinion.
Right.
I thought he did a bang up job with this.
He was outstanding. Yeah. He was outstanding.
That was my head scratcher of the evening. My second head scratcher, other than losing Pablo. Pablo had just a bad. He just was given dealt a bad hand, in my opinion. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in the Patreon. Okay. Yes, our next two, girl power. We had Angie and Tatum. And Angie and Tatum sang
Girl by Maren Morris.
What you feel is natural. You don't gotta put up with this anymore. And pick yourself up off the kitchen floor. Tell me what you're waiting for, girl.
I said, wow. My first thing was, wow, what a pairing. I said, you better run, Angie. You hear Angie doing them runs. I said, you are a country singer who got that little R&B in that voice. And you can sing. You got a little soul in your voice. She can sing anything. I said, that walk-up that they did was wild. You hear that walk-up that they did together?
That was.
I said, that's good. Yes. I said, the tightness at the end came off effortless. At the whole end of the entire piece, they did that tight little thing. I was like, but you could tell it was very difficult to do because it was like kind of in a minor, kind of atonal little harmony thing they did. I said, good ears. I wrote good ears. I said something. It's just something about Angie's voice. I said it's just got that soul in it. Is what I wrote. But Tatum,
she got a soul chord. She got a soul chord.
Tatum had a smoothness. Her voice was so smooth to me. I just I said Angie's a vocal beast, but Tatum's the smooth beat.
Right.
I said I think if Tatum were to have gone up against someone else, she would have won the battle. But Angie is just so many genres in that voice, and she's so marketable vocally. But I'm going to save my final comment for who won because I don't want to give anything away. So Stephanie, I'll let you take what your thoughts were with this. I'm very interested to hear what you thought of this battle.
Yeah, so for Tatum, I was like, oh, that's a really beautiful sound. Like you said, really smooth. I felt like this song was a little low for her.
I felt it was catered to Angie.
Absolutely. And we don't know if that's true or not, but it just felt like the key that it was in was suited more for Angie than it was for Tatum. And I don't remember if it was the key in particular, but I think a couple of the coaches made a similar comment that this song, the arrangement, the key, something about it felt like it was tailored a little bit more for Angie. So I felt like Tatum did a really great job of finding times to shine. I felt like looking at both of them on stage, it felt like Tatum, I perceived her as being a little bit less comfortable than Angie was. Angie seemed a little bit more confident on stage. And now to go to Angie. Why in the heck was she a one-chair turn? Because Mummy sang it down. It just felt like another pro moment. It felt like, oh my goodness. She had really rich vibrato. She had runs. There was that soul and that rock I could hear in her throat. By the time you got to the mid and end of the song, she bodied it. Like it was like Angie was like, I'm gonna come out and show. I'm gonna steal it, and I'm gonna show these coaches that they was dumb for not turning for me. And that's what she did. She sounded so doggone good. Yeah. And I was proud of her because I feel like anybody that's a one-chair turn, when they get to battles, they almost feel like they need to prove
be a little scrappy, to not only their scrappy.
Yeah, they need to prove to their coach and all the others that did not turn for them why they shoulda. And Angie did that.
One of our favorite one-chair turns. Friend of the show, has co-hosted on the show. Justin was a one-chair turn, and look, y'all, look how far Justin went. It's crazy. Angie's one of
went
them.
4.
Like, y'all gonna be mad. You
gonna be sorry
because she gave a complete battle. Like Stephanie said, she sung it down.
She sung it down. She bodied that song. Yes, she did.
Let's get to how the results, because I was not expecting this, but then I was like, ooh, I knew, I had a strange feeling that Angie was going to get chosen, but other people were going to turn for Tatum, because Tatum had, and I wrote this before John said it, and I just gave it away, but Tatum has her own lane on this show, right? She has her own lane. So I was like, and the voice is so marketable, and it's just so smooth and different. And I was like, okay, somebody's going to bop for her. Somebody's going to press that button for Tatum, because it was too good of a battle. The battle itself was too good.
Yeah.
And it was contrasting, because Angie was doing her vocal beast thing, but Tatum was doing her smooth thing, and it worked.
Right.
And the coaches kind of mentioned that a little bit, but Angie obviously she won the battle, right?
Yes,
but
she did.
What happened, Stephanie?
John Legend hit his button when she was on her way out. She was almost behind the curtain, like she was almost off the stage, and John Legend hit his button.
It was like the Holy Ghost.
She said, yeah, she said,
it's like she's falling out in church. I said, whoop. And that's the type of voice to me that John needs, because John is he's so R&B, and like people will always choose him for the most part.
Yeah.
And I just think John needs some diversity, and John, that was a smart pickup and a good pickup, because like John said, Tatum has her own lane, and she's going to drive it right on through. Right on through.
Is she going to?
Yes. Lord have mercy. Yeah, great save. Great steal. Great steal. Good pickup.
Yes. Absolutely.
Sorry, Kelsey. You done lost.
Sorry, girl.
You done lost a good one in Tatum. Yeah.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Angie's one of your, like she said, Angie's a dark horse, you know?
Absolutely. Angie's 5.
Huh. Kelsey said, not that one, baby. She said, I ain't letting that one go. Okay.
I ain't letting that one go.
Our next pairing were Fran and Ethan, and I said, oh, what a perfect. I said, this is going to be pure music. And they sang July. And
July.
I'm sorry, by who?
Noah Cyrus and Leon Bridges.
Find someone who loves you better than I do, darling, I know. Yeah. 'Cause you remind me every day I'm not enough, but I still stay.
And I said, ooh, this is going to be crazy. And I said, okay, I need some type of analogy or some type of visual analogy to relay what type of voice Ethan has. I said, you know, sometimes see those people that are walking, but they look like they're floating on air, like they look like they're gliding. I said, that is Ethan's voice. I said, it doesn't look like Ethan was hardly doing anything. Like, it's just, he just was like this, Stephanie. He was like, look. He was like, and it's this vocal line came out every time. I said, what is this man doing? I said, where's the voice coming from? Because it looked like he's just like chilling, like just like this.
Yep.
Like almost like with the mic like this, and he just
like just here's my part.
This man is singing this down. I said, and he was backing Fran up when he was doing it at first. Fran had the lead, and Ethan was at that.
Yes, she did.
That's crazy. I said,
right.
Incredible pairing vocally. Ethan's voice just tells a story. It's a storytelling voice, point blank, period. I say he can't help it. That's just who he was created to be, to tell this story.
Tell the story, sir.
You know what I really liked Fran's voice? When she actually backed him up. I think Fran is a fierce, and this isn't like a knock on her, but I think she's a wonderful background singer because her tone is so different. And I loved it when she backed him up because Fran has a very musical voice. It's a different and very I see instruments coming out of her mouth when I hear her.
Yes.
I said, and I wrote again, Ethan just doesn't make sense. I said, this was a straight knife fight. I said, both were, and this is even before I heard the comments. I said, did y'all hear the back half of this song? Both of them, and this is why I wrote, this is a knife fight, because both of them were singing in their own respective styles and giving you everything. They both were giving you everything in their respective styles. And it was like back and forth. And then that bending pitch thing that they did at the end, I said, that was just crazy. I said, that's just insane.
Rude.
But I loved what was happening. Like when they were kind of like doing that back and forth battle part. I said, I said they are both bringing their best. And I loved it. Loved it. Loved this performance. Love both of their voices. But that dog on Ethan, I don't even know what to say about that. That's crazy. Stephanie?
Well, I'm going to say that dog on Fran. Girlfriend came in and I said, sing, sis. Yeah. Sing, sis, sing, sis. I said, sis did not come to play with y'all today. Sis is a pro. I feel like, now she said in rehearsals that she ain't never been coached. She ain't never had no coaching. I said, oh, you a genius. That's what you is. You a genius. Because how you be hearing the things that be coming out your mouth and they all correct?
Instruments.
How are they all correct? How are all the choices correct? How are all the runs correct? How is the control there? How are you so professional? How is the vocal that you have so unique? Like, she came out saying this thing like she wrote it. And I was just like, sing, ma'am. And then Ethan comes in and does the harmony with her. And I'm like, this is what y'all really came to do on tonight. This is what y'all really came to do on tonight. Okay. Now, I do have to say that I would be interested to see how much singing Ethan does without his guitar. I would also be interested to know why it is that Ethan was not playing his guitar in this selection, especially because there was a very prominent acoustic guitar at the beginning, like that was playing throughout the song. So I'm like, why didn't he have his guitar? I felt like at the beginning of Ethan's solo part, it was a little, he had to find his footing.
Really? Oh, I loved it. I thought he played aloof. Like, it was like aloof to me, but he was singing his face off. That's how I interpret it. And that's just, us seeing the same thing, but seeing it in a different way, right?
I felt like he was uncomfortable. And I'm wondering if it was because he did not have his guitar. By the time you got to the mid to end, I was like, oh, he got comfortable.
He sure did.
There it is. There it is. There it is. All the delicious tone that we heard in The Blind, all the amazing choices, the whisper, the beautiful, raw, sweet texture that he has to his voice. I was just like, oh my God, what they gonna do, Lord? What is Adam gonna do? And looking at what time it was, knowing that there was a performance after, I was like, dang, he only gonna pick one of these folk. And somebody just got stolen. So they ain't fitting to steal nobody else. So I was a little upset that they both did not go through.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, we'll talk more about that. We'll talk about all those go-throughs on the Patreon a little bit later.
Okay.
Because I got some things to say.
Our winner?
Ethan.
was Ethan. Yes, it was. Yes,
sad to see Fran go. She's strong contender.
I'm mad. I'm mad to sing. I feel like they sent Carole King home. That's what it's felt. That's what it feels like.
They sent Carly Simon home. Ooh.
I'm mad about Fran. Fran's my first big mad moment.
Yeah.
Along with Pablo. I'm big mad about Pablo.
I'm mad
too.
about Pablo.
And I'm kind of big mad about Braxton as well. So I'm big mad.
All right, so our final performance of the night. You know what? Y'all, I'm just going to be straight with you. I had a really, really rough evening. And this, I almost want to blush. I have rarely been attracted to a singer on these shows. Like, I want to, like, if I was single, I would, like, call you and spit my game and try to date you.
No. You're not going to call anybody. You're going to crawl up into their DMs. That's what you're going to do. That's what you would do. Not going to do. That's what you would do.
I said, but I'm married, so that ain't happening. But when when I saw the pairing, I don't remember Nell. Was Nell?
Nell was a quick clip.
Thank you. Because I was like, I don't remember Nell that much, but I remember Olivia.
But Nell is a fan. Nell is a friend of the show. Hi, Nell.
No. I got things to say about Nell. Okay, I got some things.
Well, I know you do.
About Nell.
I know you do.
And then all was well in the universe. When John said what he chose, the song he chose, I said, that's the John legend that I know. That's the legend that I know that is going to pick these obscure songs, not obscure to me and Stephanie, but obscure songs that a lot of people don't know, 70s, 80s songs sung by some of the greatest songwriters, vocalists of all time. They're recently laid to rest in peace.
Yes.
Genius we know as Roberta Flack, who just died, I believe, last week or the week before last, who just passed away at, I believe, 88 years old, young. I said, all's right in the world. I said, I don't even have to know how this is going to go because I
Tell him the song. Tell him the song.
Oh, I'm sorry. Feel like making love.
Lord have mercy.
You don't know this song, you all.
James, we might have been conceived to this song. A lot of people was probably conceived to this song.
This song makes me feel a certain way because because Roberta Flack. You know how I often, I quote Roberta Flack in almost every podcast. When I say the term strumming my pain with their fingers, that's a Roberta Flack quote. Okay, that's how much we love Roberta Flack. Okay, I quote her almost every week. Telling you softly if you don't know the song.
Yes, you do.
I said, I can, because I didn't know Nell, but I knew Olivia. And I said, I said, these ladies about to make me blush. They about to make me blush. That's what I wrote, Stephanie. I said,
oh, Jesus.
I said, listen to those choices. I was losing it in the rehearsal. I was losing it. I said, this is what I've been waiting for. I said, you know this? I said, you know what? You know what? You know, Olivia, it's just a vibe. She is, and we talked about this in her blinds. Olivia is just a complete vibe. But then here comes Nell, who we don't even really know.
Nell.
But I said, and I wrote, this is going to be crazy. I said, it's going to be bananas. I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind. I said, just stop it, Olivia. I'm reading my words. I said, just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I can't take it. The looks, the coy, and so Olivia had the whole front part of the song. That's why I'm writing these notes. I said I'm hooked. I'm not going to say what I really want to say about this battle because I'm a married man. Okay, and I'll leave it right there. I have no notes. Just ridiculousness. Pro battle. I said, and then Nell came in, and then she opened that voice up, and I said, "Oh snap!" When Nell came in on that second verse, her second verse, I said, "Oh my gosh!" I said, y'all gonna have to do something to top this battle this season. This is my battle, y'all. So far, no battle better. This is my battle. I thought Creep was my battle. Nope. This is my battle. I said, did y'all hear what Nell was doing? Did y'all vocally hear what she was doing? Olivia, she was Olivia the entire time, and we've gotten to know her. But Nell was this new talent where you're just like, you know what I wrote? I said, Nell, straight to the lives, straight to the lives, straight to the lives. Straight to the lives. I said, nope, it's not even right. It's not even. These are two pros in their most skilled form. Yes.
Wait. Y'all know wear the glasses. Y'all know James is serious. The glasses then came off.
Look, they were like this by the end. I was like, whew. I'm a little hot. I was like, whew, yikes. That's not even coming undone. Oh, there it goes. I was like, is it happening here? It was sexy as hell. I'm sorry. It just was. It was so, look, my glasses all crooked. It was Nell and Olivia. God. And here it is. The best way. It wasn't cheap. It was done with such class. But I think John used, or someone said the femininity that you brought to this.
Kelsey said that.
To this.
She was like,
I said, Kelsey, that was right on. That's the best comment you could have given because it was a sexy femininity that got me hot and bothered. It really, really did. And not like, oh, no, it got me like giving him something he can feel. That's a perfect example. That's what I felt this was. In Vogue, check the reference, y'all. If you're not familiar, look up, type In Vogue, giving him something he can feel. And all I got to say is red dress. Okay? All I got to say is red dress. Back to this. This was a not mature, like old, but just grown up, sexy battle. That's the best way.
Grown a woman.
Exactly, Stephanie. Oh, I cannot wait to hear what you have to say about this one. I was like, this was nuts. This was like top 5 battles for me of all time, right? Top 5. It was perfection from Stephanie. When we start talking about these battles or these performances in the rehearsal, it's special. It's special.
Ladies, y'all did the doggone thing. Because when he said Roberta Flack, feel like, but I said, feel like making love. I said, y'all gonna be able to get away with this song on, I guess it's late enough. The kids is in bed.
It's like yacht music, right?
Ooh.
I'm on the yacht.
Yes, not the yacht.
It's that.
Not the yacht.
The water.
Not the yacht. Like you just right here with it. You're just right here with it. Oh my goodness.
Right?
Absolutely. Just cruising. They were both phenomenal.
Oh my goodness.
And this is a grown a woman song. You better be meaning what you're talking about. Okay? You can't fake this song. This is like any other. you got to have some experience behind you. You got to be secure. You have to be confident. You have to be and you don't have to be trashy. They were the epitome of woman. Both of them were just the epitome of class, of femininity, of power,
sexy,
of beauty, of sexy, of confident. All the beautiful female adjectives is what they were. And there's a vulnerability, but also a directness about this. Like, you telling somebody, I feel like making love to you. Like, that's what we talking about.
Look, that ain't a question. That ain't a
no,
request.
It's a request.
No, it's not a request.
It is no, it's not. It's a tell. It's a tale.
It's a demand.
It's a gentle demand.
Demand.
Yes, absolutely. It's very direct.
That was fine.
Just very quickly. Olivia, come on, choice. She got like this throwback. I loved her. I loved everything that she did.
There's a jukebox, like clean professionalism.
Her first verse. There was a take your time element because she was like a little bit behind the beat in the best way. It was sultry. It was breathy. It was gorgeous. You could tell she's a front woman. You can tell that she's comfortable being on stage. But yeah, there's this old school classic quality to her voice, but there's also like a newer tone to it as well. Like, it's crazy. Then Nell, we ain't know nothing about Nell, but I was like, you better sing this ish down. You better sing this ish down, girl. You better tell them. You better let them know. Come on with that R&B rich deliciousness and being like, she could sing, and y'all heard all her a couple weeks ago. Y'all ain't get to hear me. Check out this throat. Check out these chords. And I will
be going through
the holleration, the professionalism, the stage presence, just everything. I was like,
Nell
the confidence
went in there. It's like Nell, they don't know at this point how they're going to edit the season, right? But Nell must have known that she gave a really good blind or she's just that confident, period. Right? Because confidence about her.
That's right. That's right.
I ain't going home today.
No, I ain't going. Not on today. It was chef's kiss. It was beautiful. They made, as a woman, I was like, that's how you represent. That's how you do this. And kudos to John for picking a great song for them. And kudos to John for knowing what women to give that song to, because they bodied that song. Roberta would be like, well done, ladies. Well done.
What did Coco? I didn't catch. What did Coco say about this?
Oh, she said she wanted to cover the song.
Yeah.
I don't know if she had heard the song before. She was like,
I don't know if Coco has, but I've not heard Coco in this type of voice. I think Coco needs to get a couple more years. Personally, from what I heard of Coco, I love Coco's voice, and I think she's a talent, and she's also just a wonderful person. Yeah. But this is a grown folk song, so Coco, if you can give us grown folk, I'd love to hear it, but this is grown folk music.
I cannot wait, Mom. I cannot wait to hear what my mom had to say about this song. I know, listen, I might, James, no, listen, I might get some stories that I might not want to. Don't be telling me no stories, Mom. I don't want to know how well you know this song.
The thing that made Roberta Flack so incredible of not only a songwriter, but an incredible vocalist, one of the greatest vocalists of all time, was the simplicity of her voice. There were no runs. There were no ornamentation. It was just singing the song.
And it was so light and just so airy and just so beautiful.
I said, come on. Yeah, it was Roberta and her piano, basically, for years. Just, that was fire. John Legend, back in my good graces after that earlier mess.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So where to go? How to go, Steph?
So the winner was Olivia. And then Nell was saved by John. However, Adam also hit his button to steal. He was like, I was a fool for not turning the first time. I should have turned. And I really see the talent that you have.
The thing is, y'all, you saw that it was going to be a steal from the jump because Adam already said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had already said in his comments, like, yo, I messed up.
If you're not chosen, I will be choosing you.
Yes. However, Nell did decide to stay with Team Legend.
I don't know how I feel about that. I thought Nell would have done awesome with Adam. Mm-hmm. I thought Nell would have done awesome with Adam. I just don't want Nell. Nell's too good. I don't want her to get lost.
Yeah, I don't want her to get lost. Exactly.
Team. Wow, what a performance. That got me excited about really why we love this in the battle so much.
Yes.
So, pitchies. As we always end the show, Stephanie, tell them what they need to hear.
Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be the first to know when we drop a new episode. Don't forget to rate and review while you are there. And if you are listening on a podcast, shoot on over to YouTube so you can see us. Search for The Pitchy Podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new video. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Pitchy Podcast for more on for new episode alerts, episode clips, so much more. Also, we are on Blue Sky at thepitchypodcast.bsky.social. So check us out there as well. Lastly, James is showing his 5 hands for the $5. If you want to be a part of our Pitchy Patreon community, you will see bonus content. You will see a watch with me from tonight's episode and so much more content from this prior season, last season. All the content is available to you for only $5. Make sure if you do sign up, you sign up on your internet browser and not on the app because they will charge you more money. $5 Patreon. Check us out there.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye.